When are decisions made or voted on for expansion for the college football playoffs?
That's a good question. By agreement, the outer boundary is November 30, December 1 of this year for the 26 playoff. Now, keep in mind, when we went to 12 teams, the board said that'll be the format for 2026. Let's start early if we can, which we obviously did, and I think did overall in a successful way. But what was introduced immediately is let's go through these 2 years and conduct an evaluation. So we're in that evaluation standpoint. A lot of talk about really 14 or 16. I think 12 is known as kind of a foundation point, but the conversation is about 14 or 16, and then how our team selected or placed into whatever size bracket exists is the headline question.
Okay, but what model do you like?
Well, I've been one who said over time, I'd give no allocation. So this whole 5-7 thing that exists now, I just make it the 12 best teams. And I was clear on that. Now, when we get into rooms, we make political compromises, if you will, small p, not like Congress political compromises, but to achieve an outcome.
But who decides on the top 12 teams?
Selection committee. Yeah. But here's what I think. I think we've spent so much time expanding and working through our own little side arguments about teams and, oh, we can't do this, we need this, you got to protect this bowl game or that bowl game. We never went back to the essence of decision making, which is how our team selected. As everyone relocated over the last 4 or 5 years, do the analyses that existed and worked for the 14 playoff in 2014 still have the same relevance? And we're behind that curve, in my opinion. That's why other ideas are introduced and considered. And we've looked at ideas, this allocation of, it's called automatic bids. That's such a harsh term. I think allocations is one where I like that word because we already allocated. And look at last year. We had 2 teams not in the top 4 that get to move up because of the political compromise. We have a team outside the 12 that moves in. And then the teams that are displaced look around and say, hey, wait a second, that doesn't make any sense any longer. That introduces the questions around, should that model continue, or should that allocation model expand where other teams are brought in?